guys, and welcome back to my second video now. This is so weird that I'm still doing this. We'll see if I can keep up with this. All right, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about speech language pathology leveling programs. Yes, that is right. No one ever talks about this because it is so hard to find information on. I don't even want to think about the amount of time I put into researching, but it has been a long time. With my story, I basically got accepted into a grad school, but it's a private school and I don't want to pay the leveling and the grads, so this is a whole different story for another video. Basically trying to get cheap leveling classes so I don't have to pay a lot of money on my tuition. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are going back to school and they want to keep it as cheap as possible. I have spent countless hours researching and this was the best program that I found. I personally am doing an online program because I find it's a lot easier with work. In-person programs, I found the majority of them, you have to basically apply and get accepted to. It's almost like a grad school in a way. So that can be kind of frustrating if you don't get in. So I jumped in and I knew I wanted to do something online that I wouldn't really have to apply and get waitlisted or denied from. So if you have a super busy schedule and you need to do school on your terms, on your time, on your schedule, I would definitely recommend online learning. The only negative is you have to find the discipline to really sit down and watch the lectures, do the projects, the assignments, the quizzes. Overall though, if it's something you want to do, you're going to work towards it and you're going to finish it. I was really hoping to find a Texas program because I'm wanting to get into grad school somewhere in Texas. But the thing is that I really couldn't find any. There's not a lot of places to do leveling coursework in the US is kind of what I figured out. A lot of the programs you actually have to apply into and wait a long time to see if you get in. And that for me, I was like, I want to get started now on my classes. So I looked into 3 different programs. The first one I looked at was Longwood, and this is in Virginia. They say $355 per credit hour, but obviously each class is worth 3 hours. So that adds up to $1,065 per class. And that was kind of expensive. And I was like, I feel like I can do better. I can find a better spot. So then I looked at Utah State University, but I think my advisor for the grad program I actually got into was like, I don't know if we would take this. So make sure when you're applying and looking for leveling programs that they are ASHA accredited, American Speech Hearing Association, and it's basically every speech language pathologist has to be accredited in it. It's just the end all be all for the United States. So make sure that your program has that. You can check on their website. A lot of the programs will have this, but ASHA is the gold standard. All right, so another reason I was hesitant to apply to those schools was I needed to start my courses right away. Hi, Finley. So I needed a program that was gonna basically get me in and get me started as soon as possible. And I can't even tell you the amount of times, the amount of hours I've spent Googling, the amount of times I've spent looking up CDIS leveling programs online, get in, admissions, free admissions. So that was super stressful. And I honestly didn't think that I was going to find a program like that. But that was when I found Eastern New Mexico University, ENMU. And I can't even tell you how much of a lifesaver this place has been. It's been absolutely amazing. Try it out. It's the best program I found. I promise you. Don't waste your time looking. I already have the answers for you. I got you, as I said. I got you. With Eastern New Mexico, anyone gets in. You basically apply and they accept you for the leveling. They also have a grad program though, and you actually have to apply to get into that one. But for the leveling, I remember I pulled up the application. It's free, submitted my name. I didn't really hear anything and I was like, I think they let everyone in. Maybe, did I not get in? I was honestly freaking out a little bit. So I reached out to my advisor and she was like, oh no, you're in, go pick your courses and basically you're good to get started. So I started my classes in June or July of last year, so 2020. One thing I've really liked about this program is my advisor. She's been really amazing, and I think she actually teaches she's supposed to teach my neuro class coming up, and she's amazing, very responsive. She's pushed me into 2 classes that I've needed twice now, which has been such a blessing because I accidentally registered incorrectly. And you may be asking, how do you register incorrectly? So this program is really unique. So they offer courses from, you could take a course from August to December, or you could split it up and do your course from August to October, and then pick another course from October to December. So what I do is I'll take 2 courses from August to October, and then 2 more courses from October to December. If you do the mini ones, they're really fast paced though. One reason I am doing this though is because I'm waiting to hear if I get into a graduate program, and I have been kind of playing this puzzle game of figuring out which leveling courses I need for each grad program I'm applying to. Of course, I still haven't told you my story about getting into one school and getting denied from others, but I'm actually reapplying to grad programs right now, as well as having deferred from that other one. So it's honestly just this huge jigsaw puzzle I'm trying to work together. One school you need neuro, for the other school you don't need neuro, you need language disorders. So it's just kind of a mess trying to figure that out. So for this semester, it's nice because I'm hoping to hear back by certain schools by the end of March. So my registration from March to May is going to depend on if I get into those schools. So I'm kind of playing a risky game because if I mess up my leveling coursework, it's not going to be pretty. But at the same time, I have the freedom of picking the hard classes I want to pick when I want to pick them. So if you are looking into getting into a certain program in your state, the first thing I would do would look up the undergraduate course requirement for the graduate program. So what courses do you need in order to get into that program? So for example, I've done like course catalog for Texas State University, speech language pathology leveling program. And it's actually brought me up the list of classes that I need. The nice thing is it'll also break it down in semesters for you. For example, for fall, it gave me neuroanatomy, anatomy and physiology, diagnostic audiology, phonetics, speech, sound disorders. So I can even look up what would transfer over from Eastern New Mexico to Texas State, which has been very beneficial because it's helped me lay out my entire leveling program. Honestly, I really like the way I've done this. We'll see if I get into any more graduate schools the second wave. I just submitted my graduate applications 2 weeks ago, so we'll see if I get in anywhere with my leveling courses. I'm super nervous, so crossing my fingers, praying a lot. I think another perk along with this leveling program is it's nice because it can almost like boost your GPA. One of my programs looking at like the last 60 hours, and it takes into account my undergrad or my leveling coursework along with my classes from undergraduate. So it's honestly given me a great chance to boost my GPA, and I love the fact that they see how I'm doing in just my speech language pathology classes. So that has been really helpful because I didn't do as well in my undergrad as I would like to have, but I do have a 3.8 GPA right now. It should be a 4.0. Another thing I like about Eastern New Mexico University is that it's really self-explanatory. I log in on Blackboard, I see my entire syllabus when all my stuff is due. The lectures are all recorded online. So she's actually in class teaching them, maybe from a last semester, and she uploads them, and I get to actually see her interacting with students, but it's nice because I can play and pause anytime I want, and I can always go back. Another thing that's great is all the programs or all the courses I've been in so far, the notes have been provided for me. So I can download the notes, the PowerPoints, and usually what I do is I add to them as the lecture goes on. So that's been another perk that has been really nice, not having to sit through class and just type away and freak out if I miss something. Another positive is all your tests and quizzes are online. They're not proctored, so they're pretty much like open note, open book, which has been really beneficial. I definitely know my GPA right now is probably not at what it would be if I were an in-person leveling student. So I am very grateful that all my stuff is online. However, it is timed. So if you have not been reading your course material or understanding all the lectures, then you're probably not going to finish your test or quiz, which is a little bit scary. Like I've had full on meltdown. I remember just like having a meltdown when I thought I wasn't going to finish my anatomy and physiology exam, but I ended up finishing it. It was fine. Textbook wise, this has been amazing as well. My textbooks, I usually pay around, I want to say like $30 a book. I just purchased my textbooks for this semester, and each textbook I bought online on Chegg for, or I'm renting them for $30 a piece. So it's $60 for my classes from January to March. The most I paid for a textbook for this university was probably like $60, and it was because it was rental, so it was nice, but it was an in-person book. It was an older edition because they didn't have an e-text for it. But that was the most I paid for a book, and it wasn't even that bad. All right, let's talk money now, because that's the important part of any school. At least it is for me. Who wants to overpay for college? Let's be real. Like, absolutely not. The nice thing about ENMU is it has the same tuition for in-state and out-of-state for online students. So my leveling courses that I'm paying to be online for, the students in New Mexico are paying the same exact price, and that really stuck out to me, and I thought that was super important. All right, so with this program, I am paying $275 per course hour. So each course is worth 3 hours. So I'm looking at my bill right now, and it is exactly $823.24 per class. And another perk I have is that I am actually on a payment plan. So I'm paying that much basically monthly because I'm taking 4 classes. So my total for the semester with 4 classes was going to be $3,282. It is still like a lot of money, but obviously it's the best I could do for my leveling courses. My professors have been pretty amazing. I've had 2 of them write me rec letters for my next graduate programs I'm waiting to hear back from. But it has been just the biggest blessing finding this program. Like, I can't say that enough. I would highly recommend this program, even if you're considering speech language pathology. Take a class, take 2 classes, because you'll know from a couple classes if this is something you're interested in. Try it out. It's the best program I found. I promise you. Don't waste your time looking. I already have the answers for you. I got you, as I said. I got you. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope it was really helpful for you, because I wish I had this video a while back because it would have saved me so much time of research. So stick around, subscribe, comment. Comments were turned off on my last video. I don't know what I was doing, but if you want to drop a comment, absolutely, I'll respond to you. I'd love to give you some advice. Any questions you have on coursework, which courses to take first, last, I got you.